Okay, so students, now we are studying the histophysiology of odontogenesis. Okay, so till now we have studied in the tooth development. We are done with the dental lamina, morphological stages, Hertwig's epithelial root sheath, advanced bell stage and root formation. Now we are going to study the histophysiology. That histologically, what are the phases in a tooth development? Alright. So first of all, the important thing that you guys must be remembering that the odontogenesis or tooth formation is a continuous process. Alright. So we have divided it into a few stages or 5 stages. Number 1, it is the initiation. Number 2, we have the proliferation. Number 3, we have the histodifferentiation. Then we have the morpho differentiation and the apposition. Alright. So number 1, we are going to study the initiation. First of all, these events, they're happening in what stages? You guys must remember. So for your MCQs, this is going to help you. This chart is going to help you. Okay. So the initiation is going to happen in the process of the dental lamina. Whenever there is a dental lamina formation, there is the initiation. The proliferation is happening in the bud stage and the cap stage. These are the histophysiological stages and these are the morphological stages. For your information, this is how I have categorized them. The histodifferentiation is happening in the cap stage, bell stage and the advanced bell stage, or the stage in which the Hertwig's epithelial root sheath is forming. Then the morphodifferentiation is happening in the bell stage, advanced bell stage, and the stage in which there is the enamel and dentine is forming, or the amelogenesis and dentinogenesis. Then we have the last stage, that is the apposition. And apposition means the two layers are coming in front of each other, towards each other. Or you can say apposition is another name for the apposition is the additive stage or the addition stage. So it's happening most commonly in the formation of enamel and dentine, but some part of it is happening in the advanced bell stage as well. So what is the process of initiation? This is how we are going to define the initiation. So this was the dental lamina and this was the actomesenchymal layer or the connective tissue layer of the tooth structure. In the development, in the previous videos, we have studied this. Whenever the actomesenchyme is sending the signals to the dental lamina, so the cells on the dental lamina, here are a few cells on the surface of the dental lamina. These cells are going to proliferate. Alright, here in this form, these cells are going to proliferate by the signals sent by the actomesenchyme. So this is known as the epithelial and the actomesenchymal interaction. So these are the knob-like structures. They are going to form around the dental lamina or the initiation, the preparatory stage of the tooth development. So this is only happening in the dental lamina. Okay, now the proliferation, in the proliferation, when the signals are sent, these were the knob-like structures. Now they are looking like this. Alright, they are going to differentiate into the bud stage. Then in next they are going to differentiate into the cap stage. Next they are going to differentiate into what? Into a bell stage. So this is the proliferative stages, in which there is the differentiation in the shape, in the size, in the number. Alright, this is what is happening. This is happening in the proliferative stage. Okay, in the histodifferentiation, most commonly the histodifferentiation is occurring at the bell stage. This is very important. Your books are saying that this is happening in the bell stage. So what is happening in the bell stage? This is the most important thing. The histodifferentiation is very important. These were your columnar cells or the inner enamel epithelial cells, and these were the odontoblasts. Whenever the signals are sent by the inner enamel epithelial cells to the odontoblast, they start forming the dentine. Okay, they start forming what? They start forming the dentine. And now this dentine or this formed dentino-enamel junction is going to induce the signals again to the inner enamel epithelial cells, and with the signal of the dentine, the inner enamel epithelial cells are going to proliferate into ameloblasts, and these ameloblasts are going to form enamel. So first there is the formation of dentine, second there is the formation of enamel. This is how this is happening under the influence of inner enamel epithelial cells. This is the histodifferentiation and very important. In the initiation stage and in the histodifferentiation stage, there is happening a series of events known as the epithelial actomesenchymal interactions. What is the epithelial and the actomesenchymal interaction? This is very important. I am going to form a flow chart, so I want all of you guys to form a flow chart along with me. Whenever there are the signals from the inner enamel epithelial cells, they are going to send signals to the odontoblasts. These odontoblasts are now going to form the dentine, and now this dentine is going to again send the signals to the inner enamel epithelial cells, and these inner enamel epithelial cells are now proliferating into ameloblasts, and these ameloblasts are now going to form what? They are going to form the enamel. So first of all there is a formation of dentine, then there is a formation of enamel. Alright, this is how the epithelial actomesenchymal interaction is happening. I want the students to explain this flow chart and draw this flow chart in the histodifferentiation stage. This is very important. And also I have drawn very simple diagrams. You can draw those diagrams and can elaborate in your SEQs. Alright, now we have the morphodifferentiation. So we have the reference point for the morphodifferentiation. First of all, you are going to write the advanced Bell stage. It's happening in the advanced Bell stage, and it's also happening in the enamel and dentine formation. Alright, so we are going to take some blueprints or the reference points. The reference points for the morphodifferentiation, students, are basically the formation of dentino-enamel junction and the formation of cemento-enamel junction. Here at the coronal portion there is a formation of dentino-enamel junction, and here at the cemental portion there is the formation of cemento-enamel junction. With the reference to the cemento-enamel junction and with the reference to the dentino-enamel junction, there is further happening what? The reposition or the formation of enamel and dentine. Suppose this is the formation of enamel taking place with the reference. What was the platform? This dentino-enamel junction was the platform and enamel was taking place. This cemento-enamel junction is the platform, and now the deposition of cementum is taking place. Alright, this is how the formation of enamel and dentine and cementum is happening. With the reference to the cemento-enamel junction and dentino-enamel junction, cementum, enamel and dentine are forming. Also at the cementum. Okay, alright. So, what is the apposition stage? Now coming up to the apposition stage, what is happening in the you guys are going to remember only. Apposition stage is also known as the additive stage or the layering stage, in which there is the formation of enamel, dentine and cementum. First of all, there is a formation of dentine, and over it there is a formation of enamel. Then there is a formation of dentine over it at the coronal portion or the crown portion. There is a formation of dentine over there. There is a formation of cementum at the root formation. So there is layer by layer addition of the layers, and now a tooth structure is forming. This was all about the histodifferentiation, and this is what we expect you to write in the question of the histodifferentiation of tooth structure. There are 5 stages, and according to the stages you are going to write what's happening in the respective stage.